Rematch, it's a slick soccer game that puts you in control of just one player on the pitch, and it's all online matchups of a kind of indoor arcade style football. This is from Slow Clap, so these are the team behind Sifu. There was that brutally stylish martial arts beat 'em up that came out in 2022, and this is kind of their take on a sports game. It incorporates similarly complex controls to master, I guess. As for the actual game or the modes that are there, you can do 3, 4, or 5-a-side matches, and there's no lineouts, there's no offside. First to 5 goals wins, so it avoids really drawn out defeats when you're up against a really tough team. And it's all really streamlined. It's all very slick. The menus, the matchmaking controls. It's there's no fat on this. It's just really no fuss kind of design, and it's just very focused on the gameplay. I mean, it feels a bit strange to draw a comparison between this and Rocket League.
I was going to say it looks like
Rocket League.
Rocket League
is soccer with cars. So this is soccer with people. But it's unavoidable because that's really what you are playing here. And it turns out this is the kind of soccer game that I've been dying to play with my mates for years. As a quick aside, I've been trying to find a way to play quick, fun co-op soccer with a few friends online for years. We've not been able to use, I think it's the futsal version in EAFC, which is called what's it starts with V? Volta. The Volta mode has been abandoned and is managed terribly. It's impossible to get some friends in for an online match together. It's all about that ultimate team crap. The best we could do was making an ultimate team and all being on it and playing against AI practice matches just so we could have 3 people online on the same side in a soccer game. There's been nothing since EA Street, I think it was called, or FC Street or something, which were games from the 2000s. So yeah, this is actually the game I've been wanting to play with my mates, and we've jumped in and we're really enjoying what we've played so far. It is, as I said, it's Rocket League with people, but there is a deeper...
Yeah, when do they get in the car?
Well, that's it. But there is a deeper...
After the match.
Oh, okay.
They go through the Macca's drive-thru on the way.
Yeah, they get Macca's on the way home.
Yeah.
No, there is a deeper skill set here, I think, to be discovered as you play, more so than just what the cars can do in Rocket League. So we've really enjoyed...
That's a pretty high skill ceiling game.
There's all the people doing flips and stuff, but here you've got all the kind of Sifu level sort of complexities to some of the moves and the sort of the kicks, the passes, the way you bring the ball to your foot. It's actually not as, I guess, sticky as you might imagine. The ball doesn't sort of gravitate towards players. It is all about placement and where you are on the field. So it is very much simulating a real game of soccer. I really like that the game doesn't actually stick the camera to the ball like in Rocket League. So you can you can spend time on the pitch finding space. So you're open for a pass or manning up on another player or focusing on being the keeper. It's not just about because I think if the camera was on the ball the whole time, everyone would just run towards the ball, like what happens in Rocket League. It can get very quickly. Whereas here, people very quickly were all playing to their positions, which was really interesting.
Does it assign positions or are you just self-assign?
It assigns at the start, so you'll have in a 3v3, two people forward and one person's the keeper. If the keeper leaves the square, they become a regular player, and if someone runs back in, they suddenly get gloves and they can do the keeper move. So it's clever how they've designed that so it's sort of dynamic to where you are on the pitch. I really like that, again, it doesn't force you to those positions, so it does turn into a bit of a hectic game, but with a bit of control. You can call for the ball, so there is an ability to have staged plays and to try and do really cool sort of futsal style maneuvers, like the goal I just scored there. So yeah, there's a high skill level, I think, on this that you could learn. The problem I'm having with the game early on is that I think how you adapt to that learning curve is based totally on who you get matched up against in the quick match. I think early days means everyone is currently a beginner, but some people have gotten very good at this very quickly, and it's quite hard to practice your skills against people who are running rings around you. Again, this is just
it's
an early...
the only mode is jumping into quick play. You can't go in and practice?
There are drills that you can do in single player, which are just these little setup plays of against the computer, just doing single passes or running around an obstacle. And you can run onto an empty pitch by yourself with the ball and just kick it around, just to practice that. Yeah. You can't, it appears, do that with your friends, just as hey, let's all just practice kicking to each other and practice passes. That would be nice. So I think maybe there's some room for them to expand into that. But for now... And no bots. So I was going to say that's one thing I found a bit disappointing, that it doesn't look like, unless I'm missing it in the menu, which I don't think I am, there doesn't seem to be a practice match against AI just to kind of, again, warm up with your friends, practice some of the moves.
Or even if you just don't have friends and you don't want to play
that
online.
as well, yeah. So I think that would be something that would be nice to see hopefully soon, because, yeah, at the moment, we're just trying to learn how to flick it over your head, and we're playing people who are just on us in no time and stealing the ball. So, look, that's just got to get good at the game. The only other issue we've had is that we've run into a common bug people are having. There's a few common bugs currently. Things like the ball will not stick to your foot sometimes, just one of your players, and I've seen that online for a lot of people. So there's a couple of bugs early on, but again, this is just released this week, so I think they're maybe patching that kind of stuff out. But yeah, in the short term, I'm really happy that this game exists, because it's, again, the game we've been trying to create in other football games with me and my friends.
It feels crazy it's taken someone this long to just make a soccer game where people play the soccer people.
Totally. and like I actually
players.
Yeah.
Soccer people.
When I play this with the team that I play Rocket League with, and we play 3 aside.
Oh, which is like this game but cars.
Correct.
Yeah.
We sometimes just play duos, so 2v2, which is quite controlled in Rocket League because you need to pass and get a goal. 3v3, pretty hectic. It's even called chaos in Rocket League. 4v4 is absolute madness because it is just everyone colliding. I thought the same might apply here. It doesn't. 3v3 is actually more hectic because the pitch is smaller. 5v5 we played, which you might be seeing here. The pitch is of a reasonable size that it's almost a slower game because you are looking for space and yelling for passes to do perfect plays. So I can actually see this as potentially being a game I enjoy playing in 4v4 more than the 3v3.
Imagine if they did 11v11.
So they can do that. You can do that in EAFC. You can do a career mode where you just play as one player, and it's fucking boring. So they've experimented with that to an extent, but they haven't given it this futsal style, stylish approach.
And there's no mode in EAFC where you can have a full team of real people on every position, right?
No, I don't believe so. If anything, EAFC is just incredibly hard to navigate with online and bring in friends to join you, like I said at the start. So I'm fairly positive there isn't. As I said, there's not even a way in those games to do 1v2 in a soccer game. Like you can do you and a friend and co-op on a couch, but you can't online have a friend with you playing as well. So it's super limited. Whereas here you can do private matches with friends. I even did a 1v1 with a friend as a way to try and practice. It wasn't great because you get a goal, you have to watch the replays, and it has a countdown and everything. So I'm hoping they have a good audience for this. I hope people are receptive of it, and it turns into a competitive game. Because I just want it to be one in the rotation that I play with my mates, because it's great. Yeah, it's really cool.
Seems like the kind of thing that'll find an audience, I think.
I think so. It has enough points of difference from
Is there
Rocket
interest
League.
out there in association football? Globally? Globally?
Yeah, I think it's a
People
popular game.
interested in...
People love football.
I don't want to go pro, but I want to get good.
But or do they just love opening packs? That's the question.
Yeah. There
I
is
like opening
there is
packs.
some
Give me a
seasons.
Pokemon pack, I'll open that
Oh
motherfucker.
god. It does look like there's a seasonal thing that they're going to open up after the first month of play, which will
Like
be
ranked?
a battle pass or
Oh, okay, right.
and yeah, I think ranked mode is there after you play your first 5 or 10 matches. But again, at the moment, everyone's just starting out, and there is a bunch of cosmetics that I think will be the draw card, like in Rocket League. But as long as it
Can I be
stays
Pele?
you can be Ronaldinho, I think.
Ronaldinho.
It's currently a custom skin. It feels very much roller champs in the kind of the accessories they have for all the people. But God, I hope it doesn't go the way of roller champs. Because I really wanted to go pro at that
That's a
game.
good dead game.
That's a very dead game.
Ubisoft are full of those.
They really are.
Roller
Dead games.
Champs, X-Defiant.
Pirate game? No, that's still
Skull
around.
and Bones.
yeah,
Well,
so-
that was just a dead game.
This is cool. That move didn't work, but I'm going to get there
Yeah,
eventually. I'm going
nice.
to do that cool flippy move eventually. But yeah, Rematch. It's really fun. And it is on Game Pass, so it was easy to get some friends in to be like, hey, let's just try it.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
And they're like, we suck at this. I'm like, I know. Let's
Is it only
practice.
PC?
It is PC and Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, Game Pass. So it's on those two. But yeah, Rematch. Really cool game.